word sharper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll poly grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Going on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on this war in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in this war in my whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. The king, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on this war in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in this war in my whole life. My whole life.
Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Handle lights and teddy bears, I'm trying to leave your block romantic. Flicking off the hip, I lead a scene, looking like I'm dancing. Ain't one Westworld, best believe we not gon' stand big titties on a drum. The stick figure looking outstanding. Rip his top with the hands of the Lord, call that God tears. Send a spear right to the sky and watch his frontier. I'm that nigga cause I run with them niggas, so let's get that clear. Don't question who say I'm the GOAT, I tell them God did. In order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. To me that's suicide. Of course I sound cocky to a glizzy eater, fuck your pride. Don't need a horoscope to see I'm a star, so fuck your sign. You can believe in anything you want, but as for me and mine, God mode, I am what I am, so let's just keep in mind. Don't wanna be like Yaya Kyrie, they wanna be like I. She said she lost until she found me, and then she found a tribe, and then I make a bout face until she called me out of wine. The weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not not loyal. Wartime, no questions asked, we come and find you. His problems, my problems, and I'm standing behind you. Stepping with style, I'm standing on shit in my product. I take on the crowd, tell them all, throw in the towel. Half moon with a silencer, make it sound like a howl. We the shit, we about movements with a growl. Heavy is the head with the crown, when I take it I'm proud. I get the order, bring my sword back wet with a smile, nigga. I'm an Israelite rapper, nigga. Would never hit his wife, but I'll go at you. I make commitments to a gun if I'm talking about a tantrums. Nigga said he a stand-up dude, that mean we laughing, nigga. Jumped on the beat, start snapping, you leaving fractures. Red and green bean, I'm Gucci, you thinking fashion. Dad go shoot for the green, and I ain't talking St. Patrick. You screaming all lives, I'm screaming all guns matter. Keep it biblical, talking in parables, cause it matter. If I say bring Jake up, I'm talking about a ladder. He was the wave till I came with the fire, no John the Baptist. Who cared you did it first? You should be worried about who after. I'm connected in any habitat, shit I adapted. Nose job on a brand new snub is all plastic. That's why I show up the court with jeans on, I'm never slacking. You a rapper turned Israelite, I'm an Israelite rapping. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Wartime, no questions asked, we come and find you. His problems, my problem. Stepping with style, I'm standing on shit in my product. I take on the crowd, tell them all, throw in the towel. Throw in the towel. Heavy is the head with the crown, when I take it I'm proud. I get the order, bring my sword back quick with a smile, nigga.
Bust their head.
ODing on a beat, Narcan flow. Got my... We outside. We outside with it. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. I got the world in the palm of my hand. One west sleeve stretch, do it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing, click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, tell them shooters they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving halos, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, leave you all boxed up, all cause my delivery. I be on that prime shit, take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir, treat you like the Ukraine. Raid your little city, now you boating like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle, I got new aim. Fresh kick, spit with the blick, not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got that Ruger 5 and 7, that's my boot thing. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. I don't talk hardly, be there when you call me. Send them Philly clippers at your head like a baldy. Chopper get to run down your block like a Harley. No, this ain't a big hog, this the big dog.
In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water wading, marching to my cadence. Big bursts of thunder in my hands like I'm raiding. Shitty Mortal Kombat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look 'em in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. Waiting on my brother how to bid, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature, yeah, how we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, outside, and we outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. We outside, outside, yeah, we outside. There's one west on them corners, and we outside. We outside, outside with it.
Oh yeah, ooh Lord. And if you don't give it, you won't get it, that's right. I give her all my love. Hey, run that shit up, Trace.
I came from the streets to the shy, where wicked and evil collide. If it was illegal, we tried ambition to get us a piece of the pie. Had so many demons inside, was them in the gleam of my eye. Killing my innocence, all of my vision of reading the sign and seeing demise. We've been deprived of basic necessities, that and cocaine, a satanic recipe. Refusing to claim it as destiny, sins of the fatherly children in jeopardy. The family addiction affected me, affliction of prison, the death of me. Not even the thought of my legacy, living in hell, how you hating your pedigree. Been definitely holding the grudge, letting it go cause no hoe is in us. If we don't connect then you know what it was. One West and no cowards is rolling with us. Steps was all in the mud, feeling the pain like salt in the cut. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question we taught them in blood. It's all for the love, yeah. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question we taught them in blood. It's all for the love. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question we taught them in blood. It's all for the love. I get an honor to command and Jenna Johanna for being the armor, protecting the message delivered the Abba. Straight from the Father, he gave it to you, ain't making excuse. Though Satan is loose, kept lacing his boots, training and raising the troops. Perfecting the method of 7-1 West in the hairs was able to prove. Ain't stressing them niggas that never can step in the stand and stating the truth. My people could never imagine the hardest of winners you lasted. Extending the realest compassion for niggas that should have been fitted for caskets. How could you ever ignore the nigga who slept on the floor and was ready for war whenever it called? Better this weapon is drawn. Election is sure, edging this war. Front of projects of the Bronx. Now representing the Lord. The water for blessing us all.
Shalom. It's that time again, Israel. It's the Lord's 54th annual Passover in North Carolina.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do. Huh?
The ISUPK, under Commander General Yohana, will be hosting the Lord's 54th annual Passover in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Convention Center. This is something that you do not want to miss. Make sure that y'all bring the entire family. The Downtown Raleigh Convention Center. For blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Go to isupk.com to purchase your tickets today. $200 per every adult over the age of 17 years old.
We are not the same. No, we not related. I'm not stuck on living. Death is a vacation. My camp undefeated. You cannot debate it. You just want the clout.
The
We just want the
Lord's
great.
54th annual Passover, April the 1st, is coming down to Raleigh, North Carolina. Commander General Yohana has
See
done
it
it
in our
again.
faces. Got it out.
You don't want to miss
Straight
this.
up the base. The world
Pull yourself. Pull yourself.
turn crazy.
All right, we good to go? Good to go. Most High Christ. Clap it up. Once again, this is Monday Night Brotherhood class. Shalom, Lord Christ. We definitely got a lot to go over today. Got a lot to talk about. First, I would like to definitely, shout out to the Roundtable of Truth with Captain 13,000, Captain Mount Quad. Roundtable of Truth is definitely been off the chain on every Friday from 8 o'clock p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. That's Central Standard Time. The Roundtable of Truth is hitting, man. It's the one of the best podcasts in the city. You understand? It's definitely going down. So I just want to give a little bit of time to Cap, his diligent work and what he's doing. To at least shout out, the Roundtable of Truth with him and his brothers that's definitely holding that podcast down to the T. Also, if I may, we have the latest podcast that's also aired through Gary, Indiana. That myself and some men above me and so, that we all hold down to. That's every first Sunday of the month, and that happens from 12 o'clock to around 2. Sometimes we get carried away. You understand? But definitely wanted to hold a few seconds of this Brotherhood class to represent those two podcasts that has been growing tremendously in Chicago, man. You understand? So get those podcasts ahead. All right, if we have any questions or comments, concerns, anything, man, just put it in the chat. We'll get to it. Once I see the question, I'll get to you as soon as possible. If I don't get to you, I wasn't blowing you off. I probably just missed it, and I'll make sure that I get to you next week. All right. What's new today? Definitely. Let's talk about what's going on with China, America, Ukraine, Russia, a little in NATO. Period. You understand? The reason I titled this class "This Is Not Your Rest" because I do understand that Blacks and Hispanics think that there's something that there is something they can do to get rest in America, and there's nothing that you can do. The reason we in dog cages, reason we are behind bars, compacted into these cells, is because we will have no rest in this land. You understand? And not only will we not have rest, there's no way that the oppressor is ever going to deem us equal enough, you understand, to be a part of their culture and a part of their civilization. You understand? So, for us to think that we have any rest, just because you see Jay-Z with, billions of dollars, and just because you see, all these millionaires and billionaires in the Black and Hispanic neighborhoods, don't mean that, that we have some type of rest in this world. We really don't, because that's the minority. That's the minority in wealth. Jay-Z is the minority in wealth. And he is, a so-called African American. But who runs the world is the white man. The oppressor runs. If you go to the top of the list and start going down to who holds the most currency and what nationality that is, you're gonna see that the white man runs the world, and that's what the Most High has created it to be right now. Of course, what He creates is for a reason. We'll soon figure that out. But right now, Black man, Hispanic man, North American Indian man, don't look for any rest right now. Matter of fact, what you should be doing is looking to work. Like Captain Mount Quad says all the time. He says that priests don't get the rest. We don't get the rest. On the Sabbath, we get the rest. You understand? But you got to understand what he means by it. Any man who's willing to make sure that his people is surviving in a place that's starving them out, in a place that's keeping them down in the dirt, in a place that's keeping them in such a place where, you know, we are destroyed. Your work is never done as a priest. And even when you do have the Sabbath, of course, we have to obey the Sabbath, which we do. But, you know, what's more gratifying is waking our people up. What's more gratifying is making sure that, you know, my brother know that he has a place to call home and a culture to go to. You know what I'm saying? A brotherhood that will love him like the world has not loved him since he was born. And that only happens here in Isupk on the Command of Junior Honor, because he has taught us how to be the ultimate brother. Of course, Christ has taught, you know, many prophets, you know, have taken what Christ has done and used it as propaganda. What Command of Junior Honor has done is he took exactly what Christ said and did it. He did exactly what Christ did. And he's funneling it down to brothers all over the world. Brothers who was gangsters, brothers who was murderers, brothers who was robbers and did it and would hold your family for ransom. And he turned them brothers into upstanding citizens, according to the Most High. Because, of course, the law of the world is not sustainable. Because the only people it benefits is the oppressor. But the law that benefits Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians comes out of the Bible, which is the book of our culture and our heritage. You understand? If you could, give me Micah 2:10. We think if we join the oppressor, we think that if we go and celebrate their holidays, if we go and eat that honey ham with them at the job when they do the potluck, we think we're going to be able to gain a relationship with a people who has never wanted to have a relationship with us. You understand? They are predators. You put a sheep in there with a wolf and think that sheep is going to get equality. That sheep gonna go to sleep every night, and when he wake up, he gonna have an arm missing, because that wolf is gonna devour him. And after a while, that sheep is gonna realize that he's been getting destroyed in his sleep every single time he goes to sleep in confusion. That's what Blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians are today, man. We think that if we can sleep with the wolf, and the wolf ain't gonna do nothing to us. He's gonna be our friend. And although it looks good. When you wake up from this sleep, you start to realize that you've been destroyed by trying to join with this evil animal. You understand? Which is the so-called white man. Go ahead. You got that, Reed?
Con, you said 2 and 12, right?
2 and 10.
2 and 10, Salakia. I got it though, sir. Whenever you're ready.
Yep. Go ahead.
Con, this is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Mm-hmm. Arise ye and depart. For this is not your rest.
This is what?
This is not your rest.
Now, what is it going to take for Blacks and Hispanics to rise and to depart out of something? We so busy right now saying, well, God loves everybody to even be able to depart. We too busy saying God knows your heart for you to even rise up. In order to rise up, you have to know that there's something wrong that's going on. You have to know that there's issues for you to rise up over those issues. You understand? And because we don't know that as Blacks and Hispanics, we won't rise up.
Right.
And because we don't want to take ourselves out of America and their traditions and their customs and their cultures, we'll never depart. We'll never stop celebrating Thanksgiving. We'll never stop celebrating Christmas. We'll never stop voting for Sleeping Joe. We'll never stop doing these things. And what ends up happening to us every time that we try to equivalate ourselves to the white man, we get devoured more and they get rose up more. I don't know if you really understand it. Democrats and Republicans ain't really enemies. They're not really enemies. There's one thing that Democrats and Republicans both know. They know that the black vote matters, because we are the only ones that can make sure that they sit on top of the throne. And this is a beef between two brothers that we should not even be involved with.
Right.
You understand? Read.
Come. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted.
It is what?
It is polluted.
What makes this place polluted? Why isn't it our rest? Rick, you got, go ahead.
No, Salakia, sir, this place is polluted just based on being immoral.
Mm-hmm.
Like no type of morality whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you take a deeper look into the holidays and all the things that they celebrate, it always has something to do with spilling blood or robbing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that in itself is pollution itself, because now you have us following behind this, and the things that this place celebrate is directly against the Most High.
Damn right.
And that's what our people just fail to realize, because they want to play in Disneyland. You know,
right.
Like, okay,
right.
You got a glimpse when the COVID first hit, when Disneyland was closed.
Mm-hmm.
One day Disneyland gonna be closed permanently.
Damn right. Damn right. Not only, and what you're saying is so heavy, because like what you said is, you know, this is polluted because look at all of the things that goes on in America. You have homosexuality, you have abortions, you have all these things that the Most High has told us that was an abomination to our people. And what they're doing is telling our people that all these things are okay. Like I said, we got a Planned Parenthood on the corner of every neighborhood block in the Black and Hispanic neighborhoods.
Right.
This is not something that the Most High appreciates. He doesn't want you to kill your baby. He wants you to not open your legs to every man who offers you a blunt. That's what the Most High wants. He don't want you to kill something that he deems so precious that he will allow you to have it. This baby is better than you. This is what you don't realize, Black and Hispanic man, Black and Hispanic woman. Because you got high and smoked a baby into you, this baby is better than you. This baby has better morals than you already, because it doesn't have your mindset. But you're going to kill it before it gets a chance to at least be great. What we say all the time, damn, at least let me be great. Ain't that what we say?
Oh, okay.
But then you have women walking around here talking about some my body, my choice. What about the choice of the damn baby? That baby ain't have a choice to be born. It didn't have a choice to be born. You made that decision for him. Just like I said last week, obviously your decisions ain't good decisions. So how about not kill the baby and let this baby come up to be something great? Let this baby come up to be the next neurosurgeon or the next cancer expert. But you won't allow this baby to do that because you're so busy being selfish to want to live your own sinful life. You understand? Go ahead.
No, so like if I could, what you saying is so heavy.
Most High Christ.
Because the whole thing, my body, my choice. Okay, your body, your choice.
Mm-hmm.
So you chose to sleep with a brother and get impregnated by a brother. Now you want to kill the baby, but you weren't thinking my body, my choice when you were sleeping with this brother that now all of a sudden the baby needs to die.
Right.
So it's a mess. It's confusion is what it is. It's terrible for you to say, you're setting yourself up when you're saying my body, my choice, because obviously you didn't care about that when you lay down and open your legs.
And that's the point. That's the point that I don't understand. All these women running around here talking about some my body, my choice, my body, my choice. But you had the choice to not let this brother put his rod in you and spill a baby inside of you. Oh, so you wait till after your excitement, after the thrill is done to make the right choice. This is what you're telling us. This is the right choice now after you got your excitement out of it. That is selfish. That's why women these days are just so selfish. The sisters in Isupk, man, I applaud them every time I can, because these sisters are sisters that care about Black people, man. They care about Black babies. They know that their body is not their choice. They know that their body is the Most High's choice. And whatever the Most High put in that body, they're going to have it. That's what's going to happen.
I'm right.
Whatever their Lord puts inside of them, they're going to have that baby, because they know that that is not their body and their choice. They're not imbeciles. They're not insane to think that you actually have control over what comes out of your body. But then when somebody puts it in your body, because you didn't have control, that you're supposed to just kill what goes inside of your body that the Lord has made common nature. You understand?
Right.
Read.
Come. It shall destroy you.
It shall what?
It shall destroy you.
How was us being a part of this nation destroying us, Car?
So like, if I could, sir, like, we don't know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we go out and teach camp, speak at camp, and try to wake people up to tell them who they are, they get angry with that, talking about we preaching hate, when you can't even prove we preaching hate, because what do we read? What? Because I'm telling you to get off drugs, I'm preaching hate. Because I'm telling you to stop being a whore, I'm preaching hate. Because I'm telling you to love yourself, love your sister, love your brother, prefer your brother or your sister before anybody else, I'm teaching hate. You mentally destroyed because you on a fast track of trying to get a couple of dollars in your pocket. And I got news for you. Jay-Z and them and all these black billionaires and all these people that you think living a wonderful life, I promise you they not. I know it look good on camera. It look real good. And then when they do an interview, all they doing is doing what they told to do.
Right.
To draw you in, to keep you focused on trying to get to where they at, which majority of you will never get there. Because all you got to do is look up the statistics of being a billionaire. It's like trying to win the Mega Millions. So you will never get there anyway. But if they can plant the seed in your brain to get you on that path to chase after that, you will never try to find out who you are and what you should be doing.
Damn right.
And you furthermore destroyed by the Christian church. We can't never leave them out.
Damn right.
And the fake Israelite groups, because here they are even worse, especially the fake Israelite groups, because the documents is right there in front of them. And they choose to trim their ways for a couple of bucks. And then the Christian church got you thinking you can serve the Lord how you feel like serving. How disrespectful is that out of one, that the Father, the Heavenly Father that created you, you gonna tell him? That's just like if your son, if little Judah say, yeah, I get to it when I get to it. After you done clothed and fed him and raised him up. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I'm gonna do it my way.
Right.
Like, we never take a chance to think like that because we too busy chasing after this polluted way of life.
Damn right. And not only that, just to add on to what you're saying, I think a lot of times the Christian church has in their own mind proven to us that love is a different thing than what love really is.
Right.
Like love is not something that feels good. I tell people this all the time. Love doesn't feel good until you realize that how I'm loving you is fixing you. That's the only way. A woman, to know that her husband loves her, he will make sure that he fixes the issues that she has. Sometimes she has demons. Sometimes you have to fix that. And once those demons are out of you, then you'll realize how much your husband loves you. Your children is the same way. Sometimes you have to punish your children. That's love. Love is not me hugging you and swing you in a circle until you just smile and tear up over me. That's not love. That's emotional. That's just being emotional and feeling good. Love does not feel good.
Damn right.
Love feels horrible because you have to stay, even though it hurts, even though you're being confronted, even though your demons are being confronted, you have to stay. That's love. That's love. A marriage with a woman in a UPK is real love because sometimes they have to be corrected, but they stay. They don't say, well, I don't care, nigga. I can just go find another nigga. That's not real love, man. You never intended to. And not only that, you don't love yourself. You don't love your kids. You have a perfectly good father right here, and you don't want your kids to be raised to be able to deal with conflict the way that their father does. That's real love. Is Blacks and Hispanic families staying together because sometimes you have to let the man above you correct you. This is how we're built in the UPK.
That's right.
This is how our captains and our generals build us. They build us to be corrected. Because if you're not willing to be corrected, then you're not willing to be perfect. How can you be perfect without having some correction to yourself?
Right.
You understand? Any more on that?
Just a little more, sir.
Go ahead.
It shall destroy you.
It shall what?
It shall destroy you.
Go ahead.
Even with a sore destruction.
With a what?
With a sore destruction.
What is a sore? A sore is something that lasts for a while. A sore is something that you look at it, what, a week later, 2 weeks later, sometimes a year later. You get shot. Believe me, that sore stays for a long time. It's going to be something that you have to keep seeing and keep dealing with on an everyday basis. It's something that is like, it's something that lingers in you. You understand? We're dealing with a sword of destruction right now. It's because we're willing to want to be a part of a culture that's not ours. You think the white man is sitting here saying we want equality? Here's the crazy part about it. The white man don't say he want equality. Why don't he say he want equality? You think North Korea want equality with the white man? Do you think Kim Jong-un, you think he want to be on the same level as Sleeping Joe? Why? Because Kim Jong-un knows in his own heart that he's better than Sleeping Joe. He knows. He know his people is better than Americans. He know that his people is better than the white man. That's what Kim Jong-un knows. That's what Putin knows. Putin knows his people is better than Joe Biden and Zelensky's.
Right.
This is what they know. We the only people on the face of the earth, man, that don't want our people to be supreme over all people. Even though the God of the Bible says that we're supreme over all people. Even though the same book that every nation reads, the same book that everyone has gotten their culture and their philosophy off of because they stole our identity, the same book that says that Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians are the ones who's supposed to be leading the whole earth, you still don't want to be supreme, man. You still just want to be equal. Go ahead, Salakia.
Salakia, if I could, what you bringing out is so heavy.
Most High in Christ.
Because when I think about that, right, our people don't want to be supreme over everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Psychologically, you're really telling yourself you don't like how you're being ruled over now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you don't want to be supreme, because you thinking in your mind, I'm going to have to treat them like they treating us.
Or worse. When you look at it, if I got to be supreme over them, that means I'm going to have to do worse than what they did to me. So I just want to be equal. That way we all feel the same way. We all think the like nobody's hurting nobody because we all on the same balance. Like that's what black people think. Supremacy has nothing to do with you being down towards another person. Matter of fact, give me Give me Proverbs 29:2. It has nothing to do with you having to, treat people a certain way or be a tyrant to people or be violent towards people. That's what the oppressor has learned to do, and he's been that way since the beginning of time. The Bible says, even from the womb, I'm paraphrasing, you were a killer. You were a murderer from the womb, man. This is something that they were ordained to do by the Most High. That's the reason why in Romans, in Romans 9, where he said, he hated Esau from the womb because he already know what he had created in Esau. Esau didn't have to do anything yet because he know what spirit he put in Esau. He knew what Esau was going to do once he came out. That's what a good father knows. A good father knows what his kid is. You understand? Read.
Right. Kind. The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Now, who are the righteous? The righteous are the Blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians, of course, but they are also the prophets of the Lord. They're the prophets in the Isupk. You have all these multiple Israelite groups. You have all these Christian churches and these Muslim mosques. All these people are not righteous. All these people are not doing the work of the Lord and doing what's right. Righteous means you're doing what the law, statutes, and commandments say. There's only one way to be righteous, and that's to follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
You understand? These fake Israelite groups are telling you that some of the commandments and some of these things are not, you don't have to follow them. That's not being righteous. The men in the Isupk under Commander General Hana are the righteous men on earth.
Damn right.
They are the ones that when Christ returns and Christ makes his elect, Lord willing, I get a part of the 144. I just want to be a part of it. And if I could, if that happens, then the righteous will be, of course, the Isupk under Commander General Hana. When we are in authority, then the whole world will rejoice, because we're not going to sit here and bomb your city because you making, Black Wall Street made so much money at the time of Black Wall Street that you had actual warfare in Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Right.
You had actual warfare where they dropped bombs on black people because they couldn't stand to see a community of black people have so much success. That's not righteous to kill people for having some success, for building themselves up after 300 something years of slavery. Before that time, they finally got a chance to be able to build their communities up and have some success, and you're gonna bomb it, to rubble just so you can keep these people down, man. Read.
Con. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, man. You understand? The wicked on earth right now is the so-called white man. You understand? And the people who are mourning right now are the blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians all over the world. Because the wicked is in authority.
Right.
You understand? Of course, we know that they are a whipping stick. They were supposed, the Lord, of course, raised them up to give us some punishment. But the punishment that they're giving us right now is unruly, man. It's to a level of wickedness, man, that, you know, I would think that my kids would at least look at it and say, man, what y'all did to those black people, man. Me as an oppressor, my kids, they should be like, what daddy, what y'all did to those black people? That was horrible. Like, why would you do that? But these kids, I just watched a TikTok video earlier where this brother went and he interviewed this little white boy in Walmart or something like that. You see his daddy in the back, couple uncles or whatever, but they all, you know, rednecks, beards, all that. And this little oppressor boy, he asked him, so what would you rather have, baseball or Black History Month? He was like, baseball. This kid was like 8 years old. He was like, baseball. He said, you would rather have baseball than Black History Month? He was like, yeah. He was like, why? He said, because I don't like black people. He said, why don't you like black people? He said, I don't know. God told me to say that. And that was the end of the clip. This is an 8-year-old boy. Who is his God? Who do you think his God is?
Caesar Borgia.
But who taught him about Caesar Borgia?
His father.
His father is his God. That's why his God did tell him to say that. His God is teaching him how to hate black people. Just like every father has taught their sons how to hate what they hate. So for you to sit here and tell me because George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and all them put people in slavery, why should I be held accountable? Because you learned exactly what your forefathers learned. That to you are in supremacy. If black people ran the world right now, we wouldn't have the support from Black Lives Matters that we have. We wouldn't have it. Because white people will be trying to be supreme. White people will be coming up trying to go against black supremacy. But black people don't realize that we are supposed to be supreme over the earth, man, and we won't even rise up to be supreme over the earth. All we want to do is we want to be parallel. We want to be equal. We want to be able to do this with white people. And guess what happens when you do this with white people? White people ain't as merciful as you. They're going to make sure they step your ass right down, slack, and stuff you right back down.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead, read.
Well, that was it on that, sir. Unless you wanted...
Nope. That's good. If you could, Baba Kashad, give me Proverbs 11 and 20.
11 and 20.
Let me get that with you, Sly.
No sweat. I got you. Whenever you ready.
11, 20. Car, that it heated me up so bad when I saw that it was a Twitter post. It was a white police officer. It was a black police officer. They were joined like this, and I think one of the hands said, "I'm defending him," and then the other hand said something like, "You know, he defends me," or something like that. But it was a black and white officer, and it was like, you know, black people think that because they joined the army of the oppressor, that they gonna get oppressor benefits. Well, we looking at the Tyree Nichols thing right now, and we seeing that black officers don't get the same benefits as white officers. If those was 5 white officers, those officers would be exonerated right now. The police, what is it called? The police
Fraternal order police, or
no, they what is it? It's like they union, the police union. The police union would have been back these police officers up if they were so-called white men. But because these black men, killed this brother, they had no backing from the union, none. From day one, these brothers was put in a jail cell and treated just like the black men who walk up and down the streets of Chicago, New York, Philly, New Jersey, Connecticut. These same brothers who walk up and down these streets, they just get thrown in the slammer without having any chance to defend themselves. They got treated like that. But if those was white officers, those white officers would not have spent 1 second in jail until either they were convicted, which we know 90% of the time they don't get evicted, they don't get convicted for what they do, or they would spend a day and then they'll get out and then they'll have the biggest push for GoFundMe, and they'll have $15 billion in their account where they can get the best lawyer and get off everything, murder, what's the other thing under murder? Manslaughter. They ain't getting nothing. They going home to their kids, man. They going home to their kids because this Constitution was built for the white man to be able to manipulate it for their sons and their daughters. It wasn't meant to be manipulated for blacks and Hispanics, man. So for you to go into their army and think that you can get the benefit of their forefathers' will, it's just insane. That's insane. Their forefathers built this will up for them. They built this up to make sure that they children after them can be successful. You're not their children. You understand? And that's the reason we shouldn't be joining them. Slocky. You had something. Go ahead.
You're right, sir, because that's insane, because you joining the people that you know is oppressing you. That's why you joining them. You hoping that, well, if I join them, maybe they won't do me, but it shows you how destroyed you are because you don't care about the rest of your nation. Mm-hmm. So you gonna say, well, I'm gonna join them and hopefully they'll treat me right. Mm-hmm. But you ain't gonna care about the rest of your nation, just like what we just witnessed with the brother dying from the black police officers beating them to death. And now they're sitting up there. Now, what's going through their mind? I guarantee you what's going through their mind is, if I can go back.
Yeah, well, I should have never got up
there. Never joined this. I should have been a truck driver. I should have been a lawyer. I should have been a doctor. Anything but being a police officer or a soldier for this country, because what you end up finding out, which makes you hate your people even more, is that you joined a people and they ingrain it in you to hate your people even more. If you want to be a part of our military, this is what you got to do. Mm-hmm. And you could just see how people come back and they got this dead look in their eye, mm-hmm. And families don't pay attention like they should because they all mesmerized with the uniform and all that. But it's that one family member that be like,
that nigga crazy.
You all right, John? When you left here, what they do to you over there?
Look, I had a few military family members, man, and I looked at them like, man, this nigga is crazy. Like, do anybody not see what I'm looking at? I'm looking at a crazy nigga, and it's all because they went over there and fought for something that they now once they get out, they realize something. They fought for a dream that they will never get. They fought for Martin Luther King's dream by fighting and joining hand in hand and all this. That's what they fought for. And now once you leave, you realize that you are just a nigga on the street. You don't get the medical attention you need. You don't get the drugs to fight PTSD and all these things that you've had to overcome being in the white man's war. You don't get none of that stuff. You don't get anything, and it's so hard for you to get it. You just lose your mind. Right. You lose your mind, man. This is what we talking about when we say joining hand with somebody, because the deceiver is gonna show you the love that you want to be shown all the way up until it's time for you to get your love. the love that makes sense to you, the love for your health, the love for your family, your kids, and all that. And then they're gonna forget about you. They're gonna say, yeah, you almost killed yourself in my war for the 12 years you was in it, 15 years you was in my war. But I don't owe you nothing, because in their mind, guess what they always think? Guess what they always think in their mind, the oppressor?
Shalakia. That's on you.
Not only that, my forefathers been taking care of y'all since y'all been over here. We've fed y'all, we've housed y'all, we've clothed y'all. I'm telling you, this is what the oppressor thinks. We did our debt to society by giving y'all. We fed y'all, we clothed y'all. Now look at y'all. Y'all can be billionaires now. Y'all can be millionaires. Y'all can get cars. Y'all can do all this. Now they feel like reparations was given to us, when this is just a deceptive move to continue to destroy us as black people. Go ahead.
No, so like it, because that's what you saying so heavy, right? Because it's a deceptive move to keep us down. Mm-hmm. And this the thing. We gotta learn how to listen. I ain't never need you to give me nothing if you would have left me where I was at.
That's the point.
You trying to make it like you came and took me out of a bad situation and made life better for me. When really you came searching for us for a specific reason, and then brought us over here and destroyed us.
Damn right.
And you think I want to be like Jay-Z? I don't want to be like him.
That's the point.
He watered down and he weak. Why? You mean to tell me I gotta get watered down and be weak just to have some money in the bank? Man, hey, look, I just stay broke.
That's me.
I just stay broke because that is ridiculous. I don't look up to Jay-Z. I don't look up to Puff Daddy now. I look up to Commander General Yohana.
Damn right.
I look up to all the men in the school that's over me and the men that's under me. I look up to them. You know why? Because what I see is people, brothers and sisters, that care about their people. Mm-hmm. When I see Jay-Z and them and all that, they only care about what they got going on.
Damn right.
They could care less. Jay-Z right now somewhere sitting back chilling. Mm-hmm. He ain't dealing with what he was supposedly a part of.
And here's even a bigger thing. I love the fact that you said that you look up to the men under you too, and that's one of the things that I've always been accustomed to too. Because you got to think about something. Those men under me, they are the ones that are the reason why I walked into this school. There was low-ranking men that treated me like I was, they brother from their real mother. Those lower-ranking men, even though they didn't have the understanding, even though they didn't have the mechanisms to build a school and all this stuff, what they had was zeal. I know when I was a young man in the truth, man, that was like my zeal was so heavy. And what you realize when you go into the truth is, your zeal is heavy when you come in, but then the world starts to beat up on you. And the one thing that is hard to do is to keep the zeal level that you had when you was a young roaring lion. You know what I'm saying? It is something that you have to learn how to, hold your sword for. That's why we always say you gotta hold your sword.
Right.
You think it's hard for Commander General Yohana? You know what I'm saying? You think it's not hard for Commander General Yohana every single day that he's getting beat up by Satan more than anybody in the whole nation? Because his job is to build up a whole nation. You take out the head, you take out the body. Commander General Yohana has the biggest task at hand, and he's holding his sword like a soldier. He's holding his sword like a soldier, and that's what's making me hold my sword like a soldier. That's what's making Carl hold his sword like a soldier, knowing that somebody's getting beat up more than I am, and they're still holding their sword strong. You understand? That's the leader that I want to follow. I want to follow a man who don't care about how hard the punishment is. Just take the punishment, man. Just take the punishment. Christ died. Who took a punishment bigger than Christ? Right. You show me a man who took a punishment bigger than Christ, and I'll follow him. But there's no man who took a punishment bigger than Christ for his people. And that's who Commander General Yohana chooses to follow. And that's why I choose to follow Commander General Yohana. This is the way that works. You understand?
Right.
Slocky, go ahead. You got any more on that?
No, ain't no sweat. You ready for 11 and 20 Proverbs?
Yeah, 11-20.
Khan, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 20.
Go 19 first.
Khan. The book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 19. As righteousness tended to life.
What does that mean for righteousness to tend to life?
So like says, they're saying like, if you righteous, you care about like your people to like the life they in. So you're gonna be truthful with them. Man, brother, you're gonna have to put that weed down, brother. Sister, you're gonna have to stop. You know, like you.
What is life?
Life is.
What is life according to us?
Life according to in the truth or in the word?
In the truth.
In the truth.
Is this talking about the truth?
Okay, life to us in the truth is helping our people, raising our people up.
And how do we raise our people up?
By following the law, statutes, and commandments. That's your breath. That's your energy drink.
And that's why it says tendeth to life, because in order for us to raise people up and to bring them to life, we have to be tendants to the law, statutes, and commandments. We have to show them. We have to show them how to live and how to get life, and we have to prove it to them that we're doing the same thing. That's why it says that the righteous, if you're righteous, not only do you tell people how to be righteous, but you also live righteous yourself.
I'm right.
Go ahead, read.
As righteousness tended to life, so he that pursueth evil pursueth it to his own death.
This any man who pursue evil, believe me, you're gonna pursue your own death. Any man who goes and kills a man out of emotion, believe that somebody's gonna come back and kill you. Any man who sells drugs and does all these things to kill the culture and the people that's in their neighborhoods, believe me, the neighborhood is gonna kill you. You gotta understand that the Lord is a just God. He's not somebody who sits here and looks at things and say, you know what, he sold him that bag of crack, but he didn't mean it. The Christian church wants you to think that God knows your heart, even though you just sold him a bag of crack. That he still loves he know that you really love him, even though he sold you the crack. He know you love him. He just needs the money. So, but he loves you. But if he loves you, who cares about the money? Real love is, I just said it earlier, real love is not when it makes you feel good. Real love is when it hurts. So instead of saying, I'm gonna sell him this bag of drugs, I'm gonna say, no, I'm not. Because it's my brother. And I care about him more than his money, even though if I don't have his money, I may not be able to eat tonight. But I'm not going to base that on killing my brother. That's the type of pain that love brings. And it's only because we've been taught by the white man how to be so sinful that this even feels bad. You understand? Paul said, I wish I was accursed like Christ. He wished he was able to have the same pain and feel the pain that Christ had to feel. You know what I'm saying? For his people. He said for his brethren who are Israelites. Because Paul loved Christ. I mean, Slakia, the whole point of the whole matter is, if you don't care to feel pain for what your brothers is going through and wanting to feel that pain, then you really don't love them. Like if Christ wanted to feel the pain, all the way up until the pain came when Christ said, you know what I'm saying? Can we let the scepter pass from our lips? Can we go ahead and just let this get it over with? The pain hurts. The pain hurts. But at the end of the day, if you ain't willing to feel that pain for your brothers, you just don't love them enough. If you only care when everything feels good, when we drinking and having food and all that, then you don't really love your brother. You in there for the spotlight. But if you love your brother when everything looks gloomy, and you know your brothers is down, you don't have no money, they don't have no money, and we gotta split a rice bowl, you don't really love your brother, man. You really just love yourself. Right. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 20. They that are of a froward heart are abomination to the Lord.
So let me get back to the scripture with you. All right, go ahead.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 20. They that are of a froward heart are abomination to the Lord. But such as are upright in their way are his delight.
You can drop that. Hold on. Yeah, you can drop that.
It's getting heavy.
No, I know. No, I was going somewhere else with it. So give me Matthew 24:1.
24. 1. I got it when you're ready.
I'm good to go.
Come on. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple.
Go to 2.
Verse 2. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily, I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
Now, y'all who want to join the oppressor, who think that, y'all joining the oppressor is going, if you could, Papa Shot, y'all think that y'all going to be, y'all want to be equal with them, y'all going to get equality, all right. I'm going to tell you what type of equality y'all going to get. Whatever the oppressor gets, you're going to get the same thing he gets. You want the equality? You're going to get the equality you've been crying for 400 plus years. You're going to get the equality that you've been asking for. And then there's going to be some people who are Israelites who are going to get supremacy. You've been asking for equality, you get your equality. But there's going to be somebody who get it supremacy. And those are going to be the brothers and sisters who've been following the law, statutes, and commandments under, command of Jeriana. They're going to get supremacy. Why you get your equality? You see they suiting up to go to war right now. You see China and America and Japan and all that, like they all in a debacle right now. Because they want to know, here's what their task is. Who's going to press the button? Who's going to bring Christ home? Who's going to bring Christ on home to the blacks and Hispanics, man? That is a horrible decision to have to make. Putin don't want to make it either. Biden don't want to make it. Sleeping Joe ain't going to be here. He probably going to die before Christ even get here. He going to have a heart attack thinking about pressing the button. Kim Jong-un, he's adolescent. He's young. He's going to be the one to press the button. And once he does that, shalom. Civilization as we know it is gonna go to rest. And the Bible has already spoke about the third world's war, or the third woe. Woe only means war. And this is what we've been speaking about since 1969, that you have never listened to us when we talked about it. These crazy niggas on the street that's talking about how there's a third world's war and how Christ is gonna return with all these spaceships with 200 million angels. We tell you that these unidentified objects is really identified objects, because according to the Bible, they chariots. You wonder why we have this. We have the earthquake that's continuing to happen. They just had another one, 6.2 or 6.8 magnitude earthquake after the Turkey earthquakes already. They've been having tremblings ever since then. You talk about how there's UFOs being shot down, or unidentified objects being shot down and being seen right before these catastrophic situations. If you don't understand that what we've been saying is absolutely correct, then what are we watching today on the news? We're watching everything that we say happen. We're watching everything that we teach out there on the corners. We're watching it happen. But you're gonna wait till they say that that's what it is, and not listen to us. See, the only thing about it is the white man is not as intelligent as the Most High.
That's right.
The Most High is telling you this years before it even happened. The white man has to see it for it to happen. You understand? That's why the Lord is so interested in you not caring about what you see. Just understand that I told you that this was going to happen. You have to have faith. Your faith is something that is unseen, but you understand that it's something to believe because you've seen all the things in the past. Your forefathers believe in it. Your forefathers have seen and experienced the Most High in His works. You should do the same thing, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately.
They came to him what?
Privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Now, this disciples coming to Christ and said, what's going to be the signs of, your coming in the end of the world? They trying to get some gems out of Christ. You know what I'm saying? The same way we do with the men above us. We ask questions and we just trying to get some gems. But Christ was a austere man, and he was a man who he knew how to say what he needed to say without saying too much. Read.
Verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
And who is he talking about in this case right now?
So this will be the Christian church.
That's exactly what it is.
Martin Luther King, fake Israelite groups, so on and so on. Everybody who's not following the law, statutes, and commandments, but want you to believe that they've been sent.
Damn right. That's exactly what this means. Read.
Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars.
You should hear of what?
Of wars.
Go ahead.
And rumors of wars.
Are there wars happening right now? What wars is happening right now?
Right now, we got Russia and Ukraine.
And we also have rumors of wars. What's the rumors of wars that's happening right now?
We got North Korea ready to push the button. China throwing their head in the ring. And a place that they're not talking about is throwing their head in the ring, which is Iran.
Iran too. Yeah.
They throwing their head in the ring. So it's, if I could sidebar real quick.
No, go ahead. You good.
Salakia, look, make no mistake about it, people. We care about our people. These scriptures are hardcore. This Bible is a living word. So don't be sitting up here taking it personal, like we saying this. This is what the Most High is saying.
Damn right.
Now, if you were up in here, then you wouldn't be trembling as much, and you would understand how to care about your people. Hey, look, if we do what the Most High say do, we got a better chance at not worrying about this.
Damn right.
But you sitting up here thinking, oh, well, I don't believe that. Well, you ain't the Most High. So who cares about what you believe? You don't want to see something coming to an end. I'm tired of seeing our brothers and sisters being used and abused by these people. I don't know about you.
Damn right.
I could care less about some black billionaire got a bunch of money when I'm sitting up here and just had to watch a little 2-year-old baby get killed last night because some idiot in road rage form shot up the car. So he killed the baby, the father, and one of the kids. Because of what? Because he listening to some dumb Jay-Z song or some dumb rap song that he trying to be like somebody that don't even care. Like, man, miss me with all that.
Yeah, right.
Miss me with all that, man. And then, like you brought out earlier, sir, if I could.
Yeah, you good to go.
Christ gave his life. And you sitting up here telling me what you believe and what you don't believe? Who cares? Thank God it ain't up to you. Because if it was up to y'all, we'll never get out of this. So I'm thankful to the Most High in Christ for Commander General Yohana, like you said earlier. Somebody who going through a worse fight than all of us. If he gonna stand up and he gonna be in the midst of it, then man, I'm gonna keep praying for the strength. I'm gonna stay in the midst of it.
Damn right.
Because what are you talking about? We broke. We hate each other. We on drugs. Our women, and I'm not throwing sisters under the bus because I love our women. But look if you go on TikTok, a lot of our women hate us for no damn reason.
Man, I can't go on TikTok, man. Every time I go on TikTok, it's like You know, that demon come out.
It-
You know, brothers love them some sisters, man.
Yeah.
And of course, we've been raised in the world, so you see it with their little tight little shorts on and all that.
All of that.
And then you got to go back to the point that, look, I'm a priest of the Lord, man. I just be having to shut that off. I can't do it no more. I just can't go on it no more. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, because I just watched a video of a sister talking about some get a brother you somewhat like and then dump him or some crazy mess she was talking because she probably hurt. I'm not gonna say sisters just waking up and then they don't just like brothers. A lot of it come from hurt because brothers don't be all the way right neither. This why we brothers and sisters need to get themselves together. This the whole point.
Where does it stem from, though?
It stems from being under rulership of a wicked ass.
Of course, we know that, but think about where it stems from. Like women don't automatically hate men in their relationships. It's not something that just builds up over time.
Right.
This is something that has been kind of boiled into their system because you got to think about it. Most women were in a fatherless relationship with their parenting, and once I've seen so many times where mothers told their kids, he don't act like he your daddy now. He ain't been taking care of you since then. Like, who does that as a mother, man, to their children? To denounce their father in front of them and make them feel like I'm the only one you should care about. I'm the only one that you should have respect for. So when that woman grows up, guess who she has respect for? The same thing her mama had respect for. They damn self. So you're not gonna give that man a chance to grow and be a man and do the things that he need to do. You ready to leave? Most women who raised by their mothers, most women are ready to leave. They ready to leave before they get in a relationship. They ready to leave. They the only ones who talk about this honeymoon period where you love this man just so much, and then 2 weeks later, after you done got used to him putting all type of rod in you, then anything this dude say to you, it's like, I don't have to take that. You can't talk to me like that. You can't tell me what to do. That's when all those statements come out. And then you as a man, you have to sit here and say, am I gonna be morally right and tell her to shut the fuck up? Salakia, shut your goddamn mouth.
Right.
That's politically correct in the UPK. We can say shut your goddamn mouth because God. But anyway, or do I just tell her to leave? With you being a man of war and a man of honor and value, you should never tell your woman to leave. That should not be something that you tell your woman, man. If that is your rib, that is your wife, that is somebody that you have had sex with, your duty to her is to protect her. And protecting her is making sure that she doesn't leave. If she leaves, guess what she's not going to have? Protection. That's what your job was. Think about if Christ said, you know what? Because these niggas don't ever listen to what I tell them to do, I'm just going to leave. Guess what had happened to all of Israel? We would have died. All of us, we would have died. We would have had no leader. But Christ didn't do that. He bared the burden of saying, you know what? I'm going to stay. Not only am I going to stay, I'm going to make an example of myself to show them how much I love them by doing everything that I needed to do correctly, and for them to watch me die, not just for them, but for the example of showing that my life is a sacrifice. Before I let you die, I'll die for it. That's what a man of the house is for. A man of the house is to show that if somebody kicks in the door, I'm going to die before you die. Christ did that in real life. We haven't had the chance to do it. You understand? Right. Slocky, go ahead. I think it's a little more than that. Or unless you still have something, Slocky.
No, I didn't have nothing else, sir. That was it.
You can keep going.
Keep going. Okay, so verse 5. We'll read that again.
You can do that.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
We hearing that right now. Wars and rumors of wars. Read.
Con. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
This is telling you that don't be troubled. What does it mean to be troubled? Don't be scared, man. Don't start getting scared now because they said they're going to press the button.
Right.
When we talk about this all day long. Every time we see something about North Korea saying they done shot a missile over the Japan shores, we see they suiting up. They see all their little tanks with their missiles on there. We go in there and we say, Kwame Yashala. We know what time it is. Y'all go ahead and beat each other up. Do whatever you have, because we tired of y'all. Instead of y'all putting all y'all aggression on blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians, it's about time that y'all start killing each other. Y'all the real demons on earth. Y'all the real wicked people on earth. About time the wicked people start getting judged. Instead of y'all being the prominent ones who's casting down judgment on little old blacks and Hispanics and North American Indians who ain't got nothing. We destroyed already.
Right.
What is your fetish with destroying blacks and Hispanics, man? I don't get it. Now it's time for y'all to do y'all thing. And we gonna sit back and I'm gonna eat popcorn. This is a show. Right. This is a show for us. Us in the Isupk, we know that when the Third World War comes, that we ain't supposed to be trouble because the Bible says it. Don't get scared. Don't be a coward. Don't be a coward and say we shouldn't be doing this. America, why don't you just don't do that, America? Because now you're a coward. You're scared of the button. You got to realize who owns the button. America don't own the button. Right. This is the part that people don't realize. China don't own the button. Russia don't own the button. North Korea don't own the button. You know who owns the button, man? The Most High. The Most High owns the button. And when he's ready to push this button, then real bombs is gonna go bursting in the air. Then we gonna really have a real Independence Day. We gonna see Independence Day happen in real life.
Damn right.
And I'm gonna be sitting back with my son and my daughter and my brothers. We might be sitting in the school, all watching on the big screen, watching bombs bursting in the air. We gonna see our independence happen. That's what we've been waiting for. That's why you shouldn't be frightened of what's going on. This is our time to get liberated. Our time to get liberated is when the Third World War happened and Christ returns. Our King is coming to save us. These other nations are going to surrender. They have no choice. They can't defend themselves against Christ.
That's right.
You understand? Read.
Come. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
For what?
For nation shall rise against nation.
You see what's happening right now, man. Every nation right now is starting to realize that I have to be a part of one side. I either going to be part of their side or I'll be a part of this side. One of the two. So now nations are rising up against each other. Read.
Come. And kingdom against kingdom.
And what?
And kingdom against kingdom.
And kingdom against kingdom, man. This is, you talking, that nations is nationality of people. But kingdoms rule territories. You understand? Like America, of course, America has America, right? But you also have Hawaii. You have all these other that has militaries. These kingdoms who rule over multiple people within their gates are also, they're rising up too. This is what NATO is.
Right.
NATO are filled with kingdoms of people who are now rising up against other kingdoms, which is Russia, which is China, which is North Korea. These are kingdoms that rule over other territories that now we're about to put our militaries together and we're going to start fighting each other. Read.
Come. And there shall be famines.
There shall be what?
Famines.
Now, I don't know if y'all know, but I don't know how it is in every other city, but Chicago eggs is like $20. not literally 20. I don't want y'all to think I'm a liar, but eggs is very, very expensive right now. When have eggs been? I know I've seen at least $11 for a carton of eggs. I've gotten a carton of eggs for maybe $1.99 before all this started to happen. I've gotten maybe 99 cents, maybe. But now you're talking $11, $12, $13, $14 for a carton of eggs. Is this not famine? Like, everybody can't afford the $13 carton of eggs. I mean,
so you're right, because I mean, for a dozen at Walmart, and they got the lowest prices. Just for a dozen of eggs at Walmart, you like $6-7.
Man, please. Look, I went to Pete's. I'm looking at pigs. I'm like, man, what's the lowest price eggs? End up being like, I think the lowest price eggs they had that was $8.99. The highest price was $11. I think it was $11.99, $12.99 for some organic brown eggs. I'm like, good night. Like, we paying this much for a dozen of eggs? Like, this is the famine that's going on in America right now. You don't see it. All you think is produce is going up, meat and the prices of food and all that is going up. But it's starting to become a factor because you can't afford them no more. You can't afford milk. You can't afford eggs. You can't afford meat. Hell, oxtails, man, if you get 3 oxtails, that's like $30 for 3 oxtails. You get 3 oxtails for $30. That's $10 a oxtail. And you know it ain't that much meat on it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Man.
Like, you ain't getting that much meat on it. The price has skyrocketed on it, and it's like, wow. Like, just simple stuff. I went in Jewel's. I was gonna grab a quick loaf of bread out of Jewel's, and I'm like $5. I'm like, nah, I go to the dollar store. Like, and then you get to the dollar store, and okay, it's cheaper than Jewel's, but it's still higher than the normal price.
Yep.
Big bag of chips now, $6, and like all this, like everything is going up, and people, our people, I want to say, and you got some oppressors people too. They in their mind, they like, well, you know, I can't wait till everything go back to normal. Hey, once COVID hit, there was never gonna be a normal again.
And that's what they don't understand.
You could forget about it. That's never gonna happen again. The ball is rolling.
And you know, is what you said is so heavy because after COVID, they thought that, oh, we're gonna get everything back together. You know what I'm saying? They thought here's one of the things that killed me about COVID. They use COVID as propaganda for us. The people who got shots. Now, if everybody having heart conditions and dying from heart attacks and all this, it's because you took the shot. COVID is the reason that you're dying because you took the shot. Or COVID, you got COVID and you died from it. You know, like everything became a propaganda to COVID when we know that there's only one thing and one person who gives life and death. We know it's the Most High.
Right.
Ain't no brother in the UPK died from COVID. So obviously the Lord is with us. Ain't no brothers died from COVID. Ain't no brothers died from the shot.
Right.
In the UPK. So all these things that you're assuming is the reason why these people are dying. These people are, you know what I'm saying, to this day having heart attacks and all that. Well, why ain't the brothers in ISUPK dying from it? Maybe the Lord is just not with you. Maybe this is the issue. Maybe the famine and the pestilence and all the things that the Lord said he was going to do at the time where it was time for Christ to return. Maybe it's just happening. Maybe you should have just listened. But because we crying out loud on the corners every week, the Lord is showing us a little bit of favor. Maybe sometimes you have to change the way you think. If you sit into the class and start understanding what your culture is, you might actually live. You might actually be able to wake somebody else to live. You understand? Read.
Yeah, that's heavy right there, sir. Con.
You're on 6. 7.
And there shall be famines and pestilence.
And what?
And pestilence.
Pestilence is illnesses that kill you, like COVID-19.
Right.
Pestilence. Guess who runs pestilence? The Most High. So don't think that the actual illness killed you. Christ, the Lord killed you. Because some people don't die on some of these illnesses. Some people do. If you die, the Lord wasn't with you. Read.
Con. And earthquakes.
And what?
And earthquakes.
Man, now, we all know that we just had, not we. Shit, I'm not going to say we because it wasn't us. Turkey just had an earthquake that was a magnitude of 7.8, 7.9. That's harsh. The Lord it tore down buildings. It killed over 40,000 people?
Oh, God.
Kids, babies. This is the times we're in right now. You had an earthquake, and then what do they call it? The tremors or the
aftershock.
The aftershocks, the tremors. They was just as powerful as the earthquake. He had a tremor of 7.3, a tremor of 6.2. Like 6.2 as an earthquake is a bad earthquake. That being a tremor is just a horrible earthquake. Like we have earthquakes right now, and this is what the Lord is presenting to you, just like he presented it to you in the Bible. Read.
Come. And earthquakes in diverse places.
In what?
In diverse places.
Like, how normal is it that we have this type of magnitude of an earthquake in Turkey? Or in what's that border in Turkey too? Syria? Turkey and Syria. Like this is something that they've never experienced ever in those lands. That's a diverse place. This is something that really never happens there. You understand? Read.
Come, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrow.
All these are the beginning of sorrows, but whose sorrows? Not ours. That's the beginning of this is the beginning of everybody else's sorrows but ours. This is the time where we should be coming together and saying, you know what? The Lord is actually coming back to get his lick back for us. This is our Father taking up for us. This is our Father showing how much he loves us. You sitting here crying over 40,000 Turkish babies and sons and fathers and mothers. But what about the sons, fathers, and mothers that died on their way over here and being enslaved into a captivity that they didn't sign up for?
Damn right.
They didn't buy a ticket to get on the transatlantic slave trade, man.
Damn right.
They got put over here and put in a horrible position. What about the millions and millions of blacks, Hispanics and North American Indians that died? What about the millions of Gadites, who we call Gadites, who are Native American Indians, who died in the Trails of Tears? Do you know what the Trail of Tears is? Is you basically walk across the whole country of America to get to a point. And in this time, your kids, your wife, your cousins, your uncles were being killed off on the way there. The Trails of Tears is because they felt sorrow as people were getting destroyed and killed. What about them? But you care about 40,000. I'm talking about millions versus 40,000 Turkish fucking babies. I don't care about them. Them babies know that they mama, they uncles, they grandma. I don't care about them. They didn't care about us. They didn't care about the transatlantic slave trade. They didn't care about the North American Indians who was fed a dream off a handshake. Next thing you know, Buffalo Bill standing on top of a mound of buffaloes just to defeat the Native American Indians, man. I have not yet heard Turkey come out in the news and say anything about these Hispanic brothers and sisters that's sitting in dog cages, but their kids sitting in dog cages on the border. When? And you think I care about 40,000 Turkish people, citizens, babies, kids? I don't care about none of them. I care about blacks and Hispanics who are dealing with death and murder and genocide every single day in America. Right. That's what I care about. Right. Those 40,000, man, that was toast to the Lord. And the Lord toasted to that. He said, watch what I'm going to do. You understand? Read. No, that's it on that.
That's it on that, sir.
If you could, Baba Shah, give me John. No, give me Revelation 22 and 6. I'm gonna get that with you.
Come on, sir. Revelation.
Yep, got you.
22 verse 6. Mm-hmm. Come. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 22 and verse 6. And he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true. Mm-hmm. And the Lord God of the holy prophets sent his angel to show unto his servants the things which must shortly be done.
Now, this is John the Revelator. This is them saying that there's an angel that's about to come to John and show him what's about to come, what's about to happen. All right, read.
Come on, verse 7.
Now this is the angel. Well, this is the angel speaking for Christ. Read.
Come on. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book.
What is the sayings of the prophecy of this book?
Law, statutes, and commandments.
That's just simply put. The sayings of the prophecies of that book is the law, statutes, and commandments. And it says that, behold, I come quickly. Blessed or favored is he that keepeth this, that keepeth the law, statutes, and commandments, like we teach every day. Read.
Come on, verse 8. And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel, which showed me these things.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. Then said he unto me, see thou do it not.
See, this is the angel. The angel said, see now, Slakia. He said, see thou do it not. He's going to tell you what not to do. Sometimes, old English screws your brain up when you listen to it. When they say, see, do it not, to you, it's like, what is he saying? He said, don't do this. Read.
Come. For I am thy fellow servant. And
he said, don't fall down and worship me, because I'm your servant. I don't understand. I don't know if you understand that angels serve us, but if you're righteous, then they only serve you in righteousness, though. If you're not righteous, then they won't serve you because he's not following Christ.
Right.
You understand? Read.
Come. And of thy brethren, the prophets.
And of your brethren, the prophets. Who were the prophets? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Isaiah, Malachi. All these prophets that came, he's a servant to them too, because they serve the Lord. Read.
Come. And of them which keep the sayings of this worship God, Salakia. And of them which keep the sayings of this book.
The ones who kept the law, statutes, and commandments. This is why I just said that. I said that, the people who follow the law, statutes, and commandments, that the angels are to serve them. That's the reason why when we go out on the street corners, nobody kills us, because the angels are here to serve us. They gonna make sure that nobody kills us. When we go and we do things in a righteous manner, nothing can touch us, because the order is, as long as they're clean and righteous, nobody can do anything to us. You understand? This is what this is saying. Read.
Come. Worship the Most High.
Go ahead.
And he said unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book.
What does it mean to seal something? It means to close it up. It's saying seal. Don't close it up no more. Now don't close. Like we've been on the corners and talked and said that. Don't keep it a secret no more. This is not the time to keep the prophecies of this Bible a secret anymore. This is why the Bible says, cry loud, spare not. Don't seal this up no more. Read.
Come. For the time is at hand.
The time is at hand. Read.
He that is in Salakia, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still.
He that's unjust, let him be unjust still. If you don't want to listen to it, if you don't want to hear you, if you want to walk past us and say y'all hate group, y'all don't love y'all people, if y'all want to go by and say these types of things to us because y'all believe that we just show hatred and we not really loving our people, then let you feel that way. Go ahead. This is what this is saying. Read.
Come. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
And if you disgusting, you're a disgusting Christian, if you're a disgusting Muslim, if you want to be that, be it. Go ahead. Have at it. Read.
Come. And he that is righteous.
He that is what?
Righteous.
Go ahead.
Let him be righteous still.
And he that is following the law, statutes, and commandments and is being righteous, the ones who's following commanded during Yohana and doing what Christ has taught us to do, then let them be them too. He's not, look, the Lord has no He has no what is it called? A man favoritism towards men. If you want to be a thug, be a thug. You want to be a killer, be a killer. You want to do the right thing, do the right thing. Read.
Khan. And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
What does it mean to be holy? He even want to separate himself from all of those things that's not making you righteous. Let him continue to separate himself from all those things that are right, that are unrighteous. That's the point. All right, read.
Khan, verse 12. And behold, I come quickly.
This is Christ again. This is Christ in red. It says, and behold, I come quickly. All right, read.
And my reward is with me.
And not only is he coming, he coming with a reward. He's coming. He's gonna come and he's gonna do a lot of damage. But with him is coming a reward. Read.
Khan. To give every man.
To give who?
To give every man.
Go ahead.
According as his work shall be.
As what?
As his work shall be.
Now, the white man will tell you, of course, during Christianity, he gonna tell you that this every man means everybody who worked for the Lord is gonna get rewarded. This is talking about blacks and Hispanics, North American Indians. Every man who understood what Christ came for and built himself off what Christ came for by coming into the truth, building his people up, off following the law, statutes, and commandments. These are the men who gonna get the reward according to his works. If you brothers are sitting around here, you think that you can just call yourself an Israelite and you're gonna get part of the kingdom, you will, but you're just gonna be the person cutting grass. You're gonna cut grass in somebody's palace, probably Captain Marquaz or something. But if you're a brother who come in here and genuinely care about your people, man, and go and do the work of the Lord, go out and teach your people and raise your people up, the Lord is gonna make you, most high willing, make you a part of the righteous rulership that he talked about at first when he said when the righteous are in rulership, then the world will rejoice. You will be a part of that rulership that helps the world to rejoice because you're doing all the right things. Read.
Come, verse 13. I am Alpha.
I am what?
I am Alpha.
We heard this saying before. Go ahead.
And Omega. The beginning and the end.
Go ahead.
The first and the last.
So Christ will be he was the first that started this. He said, I started this S-H-I-T, then I'm going to finish it. This is Christ. And when Christ returned, you brothers who ain't doing the job that you supposed to be doing as blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians, you just won't get the reward that you deserve. You have to do the work to deserve it, though. That's why we ask you every week, come into the truth, come into the school, sit down, ask questions, figure out who you are, find your culture, see who you are in this earth, because nobody's going to tell you. Commander Yohana is telling you who you are in this earth.
That's right.
There's a whole book based on you. There's a whole book, and it's the most popular book on the face of the earth that's based on blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. If you're not willing to just come into the truth to see who you are, and you rather be equal instead of being supreme over all other nations on the earth, and Lord be what you are. With that, pass the class to Police and Officer 500 car.
Shalom. It's that time again, Israel. It's the Lord's 54th annual Passover in North Carolina.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do. Huh?
The ISUPK under Commander General Yohana will be hosting the Lord's 54th annual Passover in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Convention Center. This is something that you do not want to miss. Make sure that y'all bring the entire family.
Oh, you think I'm
the downtown Raleigh Convention Center. For blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Go to isupk.com to purchase your tickets today. $200 per every adult over the age of 17 years old.
We are not the same. No, we not related. I'm not stuck on living. Death is a vacation. My camp undefeated. You cannot debate it. You just want the clout.
The
We just
Lord,
want the grade.
54th annual Passover, April the 1st, is coming down to Raleigh, North Carolina. Commander General Yohana has done it again. You don't want to miss this. Pull yourself.